Reflections of life from this view. Circle of Life. Hi, I'm Irma Jennings. And it was right on Thanksgiving that I was rushing to Penn Station to meet a friend of mine out in Long Island for dinner. I was rushing there, and when I got there on the train was packed. But I did find a 4-seater. And there were 2 people sitting across from each other. It looked like they were a husband and wife, and 2 empty seats. So I sat down. And as I was sitting there, the doors opened up between the cars, and this gentleman comes walking through, and I noticed he was a nice-looking gentleman, sat down in the seat and said, "Oh, what a day, what a day, what a day." And the woman to his left turned to him and said, "Oh, hi." And he said, "Oh my goodness, I had no idea today is Thanksgiving. I'm a solopreneur. I work for myself. I'm actually a playwright. And I have a one-man show down just a little off Broadway." Now this woman starts thinking, I'm sitting next to somebody famous. So she's very interested and starts leaning in. And she said, "Yes, I had quite a day. Just completely forgot it was Thanksgiving. Oh, anyway, so how was your day?" And she said, "Oh, it was nice." And then he said, "Well, do you work for a living?" "Yes, I do." "And what kind of work do you do?" And she said, and paused and thought, I haven't told this to anyone in so long. I haven't shared my story. So she was excited. And she said, "I'm an early childhood educator. I teach at St. Bart's Church in New York City." And he said, "Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, what an important job. You hold these children in the palm of your hands during the early developmental stages of life. What a gift. Do you like your work?" And she said, "Yes, I actually love my work." "Well, tell me, what do you do? How do you get the children engaged?" "Well, I read them stories, and we do colors, and we do numbers, and it's just a lot of fun and a lot of play." And he said, "Wow, that's just fabulous. Do you like theater?" he says. And she says, "I love theater." "Do you now?" "Well, as I mentioned, I have this one-person show, and I have tickets. I have discounted tickets that I can surrender to a certain number of people. And would you be interested in attending my performance?" "I would love to do that," she says. And I'm watching this whole thing unfold. And he says, "Well, I have vouchers. So who would you like to take?" "Well, I would take my husband," she said, "and probably my daughter. So that would be 3. He said, "Well, I have tickets. I have the vouchers. So they're $30 each. That's $90, and I could make change." And she says to her husband, "Honey," and he looks up with a little bit of impatience from his novel, as if to say, "What now?" "Pay the man, please, $90. He dutifully reaches into his pocket and peels off $90, gives it to the gentleman. As the gentleman is tucking it into his pocket, he says to me, "Do you like theater?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I love theater. I love theater so much. In fact, I live in the theater district." He said, "Well, maybe you would like to come and see my show as well." And I said, but I paused, then said, "No." And he looked at me, "No?" No, I said, "because I know you. I met you several years ago, and you gave me a voucher, even though I didn't have any money at the time. But I went home and I Googled you, and I Googled the theater, and there's no you, and there's no performance. And I want to know what you're going to be doing with the money that you just stole from these innocent people." Just then the conductor announced my stop. I stood up to leave as I heard her say, "Oh, what now, what do you do? What?" This kind of thing. So there it is, the circle of life. The face that held a memory in my mind offered the circle of life to come back and to hear this man's pitch again. The free theater of life is always right beyond our scope if we pay attention. So thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.